Hello everyone and welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. Clonakilty video number 2. Grain whiskey finished in Bordeaux casks. Or is it fully matured in Bordeaux casks? It says cask finish series, so we can assume it's finished in Bordeaux casks. Again, a very nice body on this thing. It's falling a bit more symmetrically than the double oak did last week. And we'll probably get it in more in the B-roll, but there is a nice pink hue to this whiskey. Finally, right, this is the first Bordeaux influenced whiskey where I can actually smell wine pretty present. Tannin-y, is that a word? It has tannins. I can smell like kind of dry, oaky tannins. And then much like the double oak from last week, strawberry, cherry, slightly cinnamon-like, with some really sort of fresh fruit in the background. I would assume prior to the Bordeaux finish, it would have been in standard bourbon casks. So there's like a caramac bar sort of smell to it. Caramelised white chocolate, kind of darker white chocolates. But really contrasts with those like strawberry, cherry, raspberry. It kind of smells a little bit like Eton mess. That's quite a specific like British dessert. It's like strawberries and cream and like meringue and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, all kind of mixed into a glass at 43.6%. Smells great. Let's taste it. Ooh, okay. Bit drier. Quite a bit drier on the finish. But the dryness is followed by milk chocolate, which is something I haven't come across yet in the previous Clonakilty. Yeah, that dryness is pretty intense. I don't know if that's just like the grain, and there's obviously a column still will distill to a higher ABV, so you might pull a little bit more flavour out. It might be inherently a little drier. But yeah, the fruitiness goes away. Instant kind of drying sensation. Kind of reminiscent of that Singleton 38 from the Singleton video a couple of weeks ago. Not as intense, but like in the ballpark. And then the finish of milk chocolate, the cherry comes back, the strawberry comes back. As a grain fan, that's pretty good. Huge depth of flavour for something which is sub 4 years old. One more sip, just because there's something in there I can't quite grasp. Okay, the milk chocolate arrives a bit sooner now on the second sip, and yeah, the second sip isn't as dry. Still is more drying than the double oak, but not as dry as the first one. Really tasty, very approachable. This video is a bit shorter than our normal ones. If you go to the first Clonakilty video, which is the one before this one, so just above us, there's more information about the distillery. I just didn't want to repeat the facts every week because it might get a bit boring to you guys. But if you want a bit more info on the distillery, go to the first video in this series. But in terms of scoring that, I do quite like that. It has as much depth as the first one we tried, with a slightly more interesting finish in the sense that it was unexpectedly dry, but the score is the same. It's a pretty solid 8. Yeah, really solid 8. I like the chocolatey finish. It's quite creamy, and then the fruits on the nose really kind of back that up, that kind of milk chocolate, strawberry, raspberry sensation. Yeah, grain with a Bordeaux finish. Solid 8 out of 10. Thank you all for watching. This is Whisky Wednesday, and I will be here next week. Cheers.